So it started off as a nice idea, but now it's like that's where the forgotten. Yeah, it's like the forgotten now are living there.
Cosmo City. No, Cosmo City. Yes. No, it's 11 official languages. Any way you want, because you can mix them up.
Yabona uthi Cosmo ke indawo egrade, yabona.
Cosmo. Well, I think it's a nice hood. Yeah. It's just an ordinary hood, but it's a nice place. Eh? Like there's a vibe here and there. But yeah, I think it's a nice hood. Cats.
See, you're taking a breath there. I saw you were like.
What I've realized is through the answers I've got and the reactions and the passion from the people is just through them answering the questions I had. It was almost like a de-stress. It was like a therapy session with somebody who helps you psychologically or emotionally. You know, it was almost bottled up, and somebody just had to do this and find out, Guti, you know, on your side, skipat, you know, gunjan.
105 years since the fight against oppression. 27 years since democracy. How far have we come?
You always try and add something different in there, because obviously a different flavor makes the meal better. Well, at least it makes it better to a person who knows no better. Let me put it that way. So if you've never tasted, for instance, as an example, let's say you've never tasted pepper before and you've only tasted salt, and you go to this one guy's house where he adds that pepper and you're like, what sorcery is this? So yeah, you always try and be creative, and I think it should be like this with everything, even though everything does have like a blueprint of some sort of how it should go, but we should never stop being creative. It never ends there, because I have, for instance, there's a good saying that goes, I have not come this far only to stop now, you know, because there's still further more to go. And not just as an individual, I feel through all the answers I've also gotten from the people, as a country, as people on earth, we are headed towards that direction. It's a place we need to head to. What do you think should be done?
Well, in personally, I feel like crimes, you know, people like commit crime because of poverty, you know. Maybe I want to put food on the table, so of course I want to rob a house or whatever, a bank. Just for an example, this is an example. So I feel like the government should like create more jobs, especially now that it's election time. There should be more action and less talk, you know. Actions speak louder than words. That's what they say. So I feel like the government should like emphasize on creating a lot of jobs, and then when there's a lot of jobs, people will be employed, and then there'll be less crime. Because people only commit crime because what? Because they need something. You know, you can't rob, you can't break into a house and steal stuff and then next thing for fun. You can't do that for fun. People do that because they want something in return. They sell them and then they use the money for something else. So I feel like if there's less poverty and there's more jobs created, then there won't be poverty. Poverty will like reduce.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah. Good.
And
Ngicabanga futhi ngicabanga ukuthi abantu labo bayabeka kunje kuneviki kunje. Next time or after 2 months siyabe sikhohlola lapha siyabe sile semkhuhlane lokuthiwa yini asthma or what yayibo. So akukho right ukuthi
okay, the sauce, it's a very hot sauce, let me put it that way. Not everybody will be able to swallow it. Not everybody will be able to stomach it. It might react differently to other people, but that's why they say practice makes perfect, not just only with physical attributes, also with your mental attributes, because your brain is a muscle. So what would make this meal better is if we were all on the same wavelength. And I'm not trying to say we should all be brainwashed as like now we're robots headed in the same direction marching. Like, no, that's not what I mean. Like, we have the same direction. We're still individuals. We're still different. We still have character. but we just know what we need to do and how we need to do it. That is the source. What can we call this source? This source can be called hot no nonsense source.
People shouldn't walk around at night because it's not safe. And people like walking around at night and it's not safe.
Oh, okay, cool. And yeah, last but not least, it's Madiba Day, birthday today. And what would you like to say? What if he was alive? What do you think he would tell the people out there?
I think Madiba, if he was alive, he would tell people. He would tell us about education because we are youth. Yes, he would tell us about.
Yabona impela ke amanzi phela engangiphathi kahle futhi ikakhulukazi le yamalokhunja yamaswarage isihluphi impela ke leyo futhi ke le nto le igulisa nengane iyanuka manje le nto make yaphi igulisa nengane ngicabanga ukuthi ke lapho umasipala kusamele improve phela kakhulu bese siza kulaba bakagesi laba bakagesi ngicabanga ukuthi bayazi ukuthi i-Cosmo population abantu abangakanani why bona bengenza iplan ukuthi bakhuphula ama-fuse abo ukuthi ikhushulwe ama-fuse bese something ezokwenza ukuthi ke lokhunjani yase-Cosmo ugesi wase-Cosmo ungalokhu uhlupha ngoba bayazi ukuthi sinabaqashi laba baqashi yibo laba bagcwele la bayisebenza kakhulu logesi abakhuphula ama-fuse noma something i-wrong phela leyo ayiphathi kahle impela leyo.
Truly speaking, there's no more respect for our people in parliament. There's no respect amongst themselves, you know. Therefore, you've got people out here rioting non-stop because we got no respect for them. We learn from them. They're up there. Look at our what is it? House of Parliament, wherever they have these speeches and these meetings. It's a mediocre. If I remember back then, like 10 years back, 15 years back, let's go back, 15 years back, there was none of that in Parliament. The that's happening now, there was none of that. Zero. So everybody is just on a matter of my party, we win, reap what the benefits, screw everything else, and we in. That's my opinion about Parliament today and what Madiba would say. Shocking.
How much does the youth know about their surroundings? And how involved are they with their community?
So you don't know about the sewage, the water getting turned off for days, electricity getting turned off? Nada. Okay, cool, sharp, James.
Look, obviously, it's always coming from a poverty background. The poorest people, they were the most passionate, obviously, because they got nothing to lose. They've got nothing, not even something to lose. So the most passion came from them, and you could see on camera, look, they wanted somebody to hear their message. They wanted somebody to hear, look, man. I hope you're listening. I need help. They wanted somebody to hear that. I can't do it by myself. As we said at the beginning, it doesn't just take a village. It doesn't just take a nation. It takes a whole earth. It takes a whole universe. So you could see the passion in these people's faces, in their eyes, in their actions. Their gestures just said passion because they come from a very deprived background, and having nothing brings a lot of passion. So I'm not trying to say, look, everybody must be poor, but it humbles a person. It really does. It humbles a person when you don't have nothing, and the people who don't have nothing are the most humble. But they will tell you the problem if they need to tell you the problem, and you could sense there was a problem because of the way they convey their message. So the most passionate people were the poor. But I must say, I was most interested in the youth. They are very passionate. Their ambitions are broader than what I even thought the youth could wanna be as the youth. Like they're very ambitious, and what I like is the passion they show. Even though most of them have your smartphones, they've got laptops, and they're wearing the latest swag, I'm a label, but they haven't lost that passion. So this is it's a rarity if we look at it, because a lot of the youth are just, as I say, monetary based, superficial. It's all turn up. Do you have the money? If you don't, then it's funny. It's a joke. And even if you're smart, but if you're poor and you don't look rich or you don't have money, they don't respect you. And I think this is the wrong mentality that we have. So I appreciated that there were youth out there who could humble themselves, even with all the luxuries that their parents were providing, to say, look, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop at smartphone. It doesn't stop at laptop. It doesn't just stop at education. No, it goes way beyond that. It's our lives here. We are the future. The youth is the future. Me included, because we are the youth. So we have to do something. So the most interesting ones were those passionate youth that had that passion that the poor person had, but they're not poor. You see, this is what we need to maintain within our society in South Africa. The passion to do better things. And that's what I liked. The youth, they sparked a flame with me.
And now we're having a serious issue, Yahore. You know, when the thing like Babele, this law, Yahore, Bana Babeti. Now that thing has put us like in some bad situations because Bana Banone, yo, God. You know, if you see some primaries, Habasa Mamela, you know, like the teachers, the Babula Zonas Kataka, the Pachebatuba and all that. Because you know, we're thinking, how non total gets and obviously, how I have rights, and my parents don't do that to me. So it's actually a high thing. Problem more Cosmo City, especially in schools.
Yeah.
What would you like to become, or what are you aspired to become once you are done with what you are done with your whole hustle?
With my whole hustle, can I just skip to the part where I'm on a yacht and I'm rich as fuck? I'm joking.
Yeah, no, that's the part I want. But what are you? What are you when you're on that yacht? What are you?
I am a philanthropist. That's what I want to do. I want to have funds or means to support other people and whatever issues they're going through to make their lives easier. I don't believe as a person you're an island. I believe that it takes a lot. It takes a community to build a community. So that's the type of person I would be. And of course, if I could still be a radio DJ, that would be awesome.
Blurred by the murky waters of society. On the clear side of the pond, though, the youth still stay on their feet and they still seek opportunities.
Mzi, as a resident of Cosmo, what are your general thoughts? What is your opinion on this upcoming community?
For me, Cosmo, it's very good. You know, it's very good for business. It's very good for, you know, because like Spanning and Siba Acha, when I go around Cosmo, there's like a lot of young people, and it's them abaranama businesses and also Nabandanga Pan, they are business minded. It's very few of us it shows what if like we are going somewhere and we're determined and we're driven as a Cosmo, and I think Cosmo is very young, like how 10 years I think. So for Ikase that young to be like this rich when it comes to business, it's it's very amazing. It's very amazing,
Great models right here. Give it up for those guys.
I think it's best if we're gonna give them the mic to introduce themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's all of them one by one. Hi, my name is Tulufelo. My name is Tulufelo, and I'm from Cosmo Extension 8. Hey, my name is Kufrado, but you can call me Cookie, and I'm from Extension 6.
Cookie, I see you.
You can call me T. I'm from Extension 6. Hello, my name is Nia, and I'm from Cosmo City expansion.
With a new world order. All my niggas are dressed to press
The community, I'd love to say my parents, but they just had the biggest role in me being raised. So the community, my city, my province, my country. Yeah, hence why I'm South African.
People that had hope, had dreams, but now it's tainted with crime. Rats, can't even park your car now. Wake up in the morning, rats have eaten up a man, the cables, you know? They're struggling.
With all the youth's ambition and drive, the fact remains that the most profitable businesses are small corner stores. But who runs them?
I told you I'm the biggest thing right now. You just left me with one fucking question. If Madiba was alive, what message do you think he would have for everybody in South Africa? That includes government and the general public.
Basically, looking at that guy being trapped in jail and everything, I think he would simply say, let's not fight against each other, Let's just all be one. Let's all peace, you know what I'm saying? He'll say peace. Stay together, be about the people, for the people. Don't fight it, be it.
What is the most important thing you learned from your travels with speaking to so many different people?
What I've learned is, when people are passionate, then they've got a lot of passion for their country. They love their country just as much as I do. Very opinionated, like me. Very opinionated. There's a common basis. I've realized there's a foundation in which all people have that common thing that they agree on, even though they all differentiate with their answers. And I've realized, Guti, those differences are what brings us together, but there is that common ground that we also need to meet at, where we need to agree on something. And I don't think Tina has in South Africa's government, municipalities, and everything inclusive have gotten to that meeting ground where we agree on everything with government, public, and private sectors yet. So that's what I've realized. But yes, we're all different, but there's a common ground which we still don't agree on where we stand yet and how things should go.